Hey, welcome back everybody. So this is a long overdue video. This is a Ruger precision rifle. You should definitely buy it. This is the best one I've seen them make yet. And they were already impressive. I've already had a good long relationship with Ruger now for going on probably 7-8 years. Since before the Ruger actually came out, I got the second one that was released to Canada, and when it did, and I have loved these rifles. I've utilized them, I have taught with them, I have rented them out. They have been with us with Range Tech US, Range Tech CA. Like I said, the entire time this rifle has been around, and there is nothing on the market that touches these rifles for the versatility, the ergonomics, and the accuracy overall. The precision that these rifles deliver. They are fantastic, and Ruger has stepped it up again with the custom shop 6mm, and that's a 6mm Creedmoor, and this thing is an absolute laser gun. It is the definition of a precision rifle. The Ruger precision rifle in this configuration comes with a APA barrel, very similar performance to the Terminator brakes that I've used for years. Really impressed with these ones too. They're made in the US. Come with a lock nut. You can remove it. You can put on a brake or put on a suppressor if you want to, very easily. Match grade barrel. Not your typical Ruger precision rifle barrel. I was not able to find out what brand they are, but absolutely fantastic as it is. You're gonna see my dogs running around, and you can just ignore them. Moving back from the barrel, I put on a section of rail here if I ever want to run an IR, infrared or night vision unit on the front of the scope. I can do that. There's a very light but sturdy fore-end handguard on the front, and it's got the full arc of rail from here through to here. So I've got this mounted on my Leupold Pro Guide carbon fiber tripod right now, so that I can shoot off of that. Shooting off a carbon fiber tripod or bipod is really recommended. The vibration dampening of this system is of this material is truly amazing. It will do a lot for your shooting, and it's just one of those things that's going to help eliminate harmonics in the system. The one caution I'm going to throw in if you're buying any of these rifles, or any rifle for that matter, is that you need to take all the screws out. You need to degrease them, de-oil them with brake clean or rubbing alcohol. And you need to use blue Loctite so that the threads, that those screws and those fasteners do not come undone at some point later on. And that goes for your scope rings and scope base as well. I did run into an issue with this rifle because I neglected to take the scope base all the way off, and there was some machine oil, storage oil, that had crept under the scope base right here, and when I torqued everything down, it kind of deformed the base and made it go off to the side, so that I had some issues with zeroing. That's the short story. That gave me some grief until I pulled it all off and then cleaned it, put some blue Loctite underneath to bed the scope base and the actual action, and then I blue Loctited the threads of those screws, those machine screws, torqued it all down, and I haven't looked back. This thing shoots one hole with maybe a 64th of an inch deviation between shots. So I'm gonna say that is probably about 0.10 MOA, if that. It's probably more like 0.015 MOA, and I've done multiple tests with it, and that's been repeated even in difficult shooting conditions. The 6mm Creedmoor is my new favorite for precision rifle. Now, I want to caution though, if you're new to long range shooting, I would recommend that you go to a 308 instead, where you can learn your wind call skills, so that you're better equipped when you do get out and shoot, and you do have the opportunity to shoot something like a 6mm or a 6.5 Creedmoor or a 338 or a 7 SAUM, for instance. Your wind calling skills, your wind determination skills are going to be better if you learn on something like a 308. But would I say not to go ahead and order one of these things while you're learning? No, I'd absolutely say go and order one of these rifles right off, you know, as soon as you can. That's something I have not said in any of my other videos before, but this thing has been so amazing, and they've done so much to make this custom build rifle a cut above what they've done with the other Rugers in the past. Now, you see they've got this red furniture on here. They've got a barricade buster, as I call it. See, this is for loading up against a barricade or a wall or something if you've got a sandbag, that kind of thing. Whatever you're shooting against, this is a nice little feature. Moving back, we've got some little cutouts here. It gives it a little bit of a flair. And we've got the nice Ruger Custom Shop emblem on the other side. And then we've got an ambidextrous safety. We've got the Ruger's precision rifle bolt as in the past, but this thing is much smoother than they have been in the past. They've added a different shroud to the back. They've gotten rid of the funky tools and stuff that they had inside, and this thing cycles really nicely. Every bit as smooth as a lot of custom rifles I've seen in the past as well. And then the other big little thing that they've done here, this thing comes factory with a Trigger Tech trigger. And this thing, these Trigger Tech triggers, there is nothing better on the market for triggers out there, whether you're getting a trigger for a precision rifle or for an AR-15 or for your bow even. These are well, they were Canadian made. They're probably going to be moving to the States with all this funky gun stuff that Trudeau keeps trying to do in Canada. But this trigger, any of their triggers, you can't go wrong with. They are just phenomenal. They're what we've set multiple world records on, and unofficial world records anyway. We don't do a whole lot of public advertising about what we're doing these days. And they just deliver. So it's an adjustable trigger. It's a 2-stage. There's a little bit of take up. This has got good feedback on the take up. It's a little bit tighter than they have been in the past, and just an absolutely crisp break with that roller system they use. Moving back, we've got the typical Ruger precision rifle buttstock system. A lot of people have complained about these. Why? Why are you complaining? They deliver the ergonomics. You know, they're maybe a little finicky with making adjustments and stuff, but everything you need is there. You've got your length of pull, you've got your cheek rest height, and then you actually have a little bit of tilt to the buttstock itself as well. But the only thing you don't have is a vertical adjustment on these. You know what? Somebody with a 3D printer, or, you know, somebody who's a little funky, you know, and good with a machinist, you know, friendly with a machinist or something like that, could make something to move this this butt pad up and down if they wanted to. They went a little bit further. This is something else I've done to my Ruger precision rifles, my ARs and stuff. I usually put a foam rubber pad on here. They found a nice thick density or high density foam rubber pad. They got a 3M adhesive, double-sided sticky. They have it all pre-made for you, so you can just drop that on there, and it makes it really comfortable to shoot off of. The other thing that they've done to it is they've put the Magpul, I believe it's the KOE2 Plus. It's the rubber coated, nice vertical grip that you can get from Magpul. I put these on all my ARs. I put them on my precision rifles. I don't use anything that is not this steep for any of my guns. Until, you know, I go to a Glock, for instance. But this is basically your 1911 angle from what it appears. On top of the gun, we've used the Warren scope mounts. This is their top of the line one-piece mount right here, and it comes with 20 MOA in it already. It has mounting positions on it so that you can put a level, a push-pull level on it. I like to keep my level down and out of the way and tucked out of the way, so I'm not using it. You can put a dope data card on here as well too. Very slick, very light system, and it works with the Leupold Mark V, which you see on here. The Leupold Mark V that we're running today uses one of Leupold's proprietary Christmas tree setups, and it is an amazing scope. Absolutely dead nuts, dead on dialing, and super fast. With this Christmas tree reticle, with the amazing amount of light, clarity, and everything that you're getting on this thing, it is an absolute jaw dropper when it comes to delivering rounds on target, one after another. One of the first tests that we did on this thing was to take it out, as you see it like here, 1985 meters. My business partner and I both made second round hits. We were within about 2 feet, 1985 meters. We're within about 2.5 feet off of our first shot, and shooting something that's about IPSC sized across several canyons, several fingers of forest, and several fields of farmland. So we had some complicated terrain, and we had some really fun winds. So it was fairly complex shot calls on it, and this thing has delivered. Everybody that looks through this Mark V scope, or any of the Mark V scopes for that matter, usually has to pick their jaw up off the floor because they're so crisp, so clear. So the other thing you probably noticed, you know, I'm out here in the snow. I'm wearing my Kryptek Grom. It's the first day getting these out, and so I wanted to do a video, and I'm going to post that today as well. So check that out, because this stuff is awesome, and the price is right for it, and this will fill a gap in your mission, hunting, or I don't know, maybe you're doing paintball.